Om Shanti. We were listening to this beautiful song which says that color ourselves in the company of Baba. Wishing you all a very happy Alokik Holi. Let's take a moment to experience the color of being in Baba's company. And now let's listen to what Baba has to tell us through today's Murli. It's a very powerful Murli where Baba is coloring us with a beautiful virtue and value of becoming merciful, and that's the access to be free from all doubts and arrogance of I. And when we become merciful is when there is an access to be an unlimited server. This is the message from this long Murli, which we're going to be reading in 4 days starting today. So let's read this Murli together and see for ourselves while Baba is saying the words in this Murli. Go deep within ourselves and see where am I today with this value of being merciful. Original date of the Murli is 3rd of February 1979. Essence of the Murli is have mercy for everyone and put an end to all doubts and the arrogance of I. Before we begin to the Murli, there are three beautiful words rhyming in Hindi for these three words. Being merciful is Rahmdil, putting an end to all doubts is doubt stands for Vehem, and the arrogance of I is Ahem. So this whole Murli is revolving around these three words, that's Rahem, Vehem, and Ahem. And how when we are free from Vehem and Ahem is when we can become merciful and then be a world benefactor. Bab is seeing all of you children in your complete, perfect, and world benefactor forms. At present, your final form and your final task is that of benefiting the world. Each of you Brahmins is making effort according to your capacity. So how are we making effort? According to our own capacity. That's what Baba is mentioning here. Each of you Brahmins is making effort according to your capacity to remain stable in your final form. In the context of this Murli, the final form, Baba says, is that of benefiting the world. You all have the same aim of bringing benefit to the world, but some of you are still only engaged in bringing benefit to yourself, and others are only engaged in bringing benefit to your country. So you're limited in bringing benefit to yourself. Maybe few others are limiting themselves to becoming benefactor for their own country. Baba says, very few of you children are equal to the unlimited Father. Very few of you remain stable in the unlimited, that is, in your world benefactor form. busy serving the world. What are the signs of elevated world benefactor souls? Now, while we're reading the various points that Baba is mentioning, let's go deep within ourselves and check where are we in each of these points today, and then take up way forward as a homework to move ahead in these values. World benefactors know that there is little time and that the task is big. Therefore, world benefactors will use their every second and every thought for world benefit. They will always offer to use their bodies, minds, and the wealth that they have received for world service. तन मन धन विश्व सेवा में लगा देंगे. They always have all the souls of the world on their foreheads and in their eyes, that is, in their awareness and in their vision. How can I make these souls who have not attained anything become fully satisfied? So what do they have in their on their forehead and their eyes? The awareness that in their vision. And what is this awareness? How can I make these souls who have not attained anything become fully satisfied? How can I make beggar souls full and complete? How can I bring souls who are deprived into connection and relationship with whom? With Baba. Day and night, they will claim a blessing of these powers from the Father and be bestower for everyone. They are tireless and constant servers. They do not just serve according to a given program, but they are constant all-rounders and ever ready. Only such world benefactors, that is, such merciful souls, can be benefactors, that is, lawful and loveful for souls, no matter what defects they may have. Only such world benefactors, that is, such merciful souls, can be benefactors, that is, lawful and loveful for souls, no matter what defects they may have. Let's underline this statement, no matter what defects they may have. Souls with strong sanskars, souls who do not have that much wisdom, who have stone intellects, and who constantly defame others. All of you have the same aim, but what do you do? As you continue to move along, your mercy changes into two things. And these two things, I'm sure each one of us have experienced in our journey of this birth as well. Let's go deep within to experience the, these kind of events and then pick ourselves from there and see what is that I need to bring forward so that I become merciful. All of you have the same aim, but what do you do? As you continue to move along, your mercy changes into two things. Firstly, instead of instead of feeling mercy, Some of you have doubts about others and think this one can never change. So we declare in our thoughts, and as we all know that sankalp se siddhi hoti hai, and once we say it happens. So what do? We ourselves bring this hurdle by saying that we bring forward the doubts about others. Firstly, instead of feeling mercy, some of you have doubts about others and think this one can never change. This one is always like this. Not everyone can become a king. All these types of doubt finish all your feelings of mercy. All these types of doubt finish all your feelings of mercy. Secondly, instead of having mercy, you have the arrogance of I. I am everything. This one is nothing. This one is unable to do anything. I am able to do everything. This kind of arrogance, the consciousness of I, does not allow you to be merciful, and this is why you are able to benefit just yourself or your own country. Although you know the easy way to become world benefactors, you forget it at that time. So, in the knowledge domain, we all know that we need to be merciful. But when the situation comes in at that moment, probably these are the two things that Baba is telling us to check, that we end up becoming like this and then we miss on being merciful at that moment and thus miss on the opportunity of becoming an unlimited server. No matter what defects souls have, no matter how impure souls are, or even if they are not making any effort, whether it is an impure soul who does not have knowledge or a soul from the Brahmin family who is not making any effort at all, for both type of souls, world benefactor souls, that is, unlimited bestower souls, souls who have a right to bring about world transformation because of being benefactors, such souls will always, first of all, forgive their defects or weaknesses. By being world benefactor, such souls will always, first of all, forgive their defects or weaknesses. What does the unlimited Father forgive you children for? He does not hold any one of the children's defects or weaknesses in his heart, but forgives them. Even worthy of worship deities forgive their devotees. World benefactors are master creators with a right to the world. World benefactors are master creators with a right to the world. That is, in front of young ones, elders are like kings. They are equal to the Father. They are worthy of worship souls. On the basis of these three qualifications, they do not allow the defects or weaknesses of others to enter their hearts. But what do? They forgive those souls. After that, In order to benefit such souls, very, very strong point of today's Murli is what can we do to benefit such souls? Which kind of souls? We already read the kind of souls that Baba is speaking about. After that, in order to benefit such souls, keeping the original form. What is the original form? Pure soul. Each human being living in this world is a pure soul. Keeping the original form and virtues of such souls in front of you, you will praise them, and that is, you will remind those souls of their own greatness. So give strength to those souls by reminding them their original form and what is the virtue of this original form. In order to benefit such souls, keeping the original form and virtues of such souls in front of you, you will praise them. That is, you will remind those souls of their own greatness by reminding them whose children they are, what clan they belong to, and what the speciality and blessings of the confluence ages. The Father's task is to make the impossible possible. You souls belong to the royal family from the beginning of the cycle, and you now belong to the Brahmin family. You are Master Almighty Authority. You will praise them in this way, through which, hearing about the virtues of the soul, they will become aware and have the power and the courage to finish their defects and weaknesses. Nowadays, those of the Rajput clan, that is high class warrior clan, remind others of the clan they belong to so that weak ones can develop courage. In the same way, world benefactor souls would make weak souls great by praising them. That is, because of their power of being merciful, they will not imbibe the defects of those souls themselves, but will make those souls forget their own weaknesses and also make them powerful. After doing such powerful groundwork, they only need to make a little more effort on such souls. But they're not having doubts about those souls or any arrogance of I, those souls will be transformed. You must never tell a weak soul of the Brahmin family. Now, Baba is giving us further access as to how to manage souls in the Brahmin clan. He says, you must never tell a weak soul of the Brahmin family, you are weak, you are weak. Otherwise, it would be like a patient hearing a doctor telling her that she's going to die, and so she would have heart attack or heart failure. You are all master authorities. You are elevated souls. You are world transformer souls. Therefore, only words of good wishes for all souls should constantly emerge from your lips. You should not speak words that would dishearten them. To become disheartened is also like having heart failure. To become disheartened is also like having heart failure. No matter how weak souls are, when you have to give them a signal or correct them, before you correct them, first of all, give them strength. First of all, praise their specialities. Then, for the future, draw their attention to their weaknesses in such a way that you enable them to become elevated souls. What a lesson Baba is giving today to accommodate and live in cooperation in the world. The only simple act, as he says, is do not speak about defects and weaknesses of the souls, but before you speak and give them any guidance, give them the strength, make them aware of their specialities. He's giving a wonderful example here, an analogy. He says, before you sow the seeds, first of all, plow the field with courage and enthusiasm, and the seeds will then bear fruit easily. Otherwise, sowing seeds in souls who have no courage or who are influenced by weak sanskars would be like sowing seeds on hard ground. It would take a lot of hard labor and time, and you would have little success. You would not have time to think or do anything for world benefit. You would only remain engaged in bringing benefit to yourself and your country. You would also not be able to remain stable in the world benefactor stage. In order to become a world benefactor, you should know what you have to do and what you should not do. Only then will the service of benefiting the world happen at a fast speed. We will stop here today and we shall continue the second part of the Murli tomorrow. So let's take a moment and reflect on the depth of the Murli today, and then we shall come back prepared to share our thoughts and our takeaways from today's Murli. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We can unmute ourselves and share our takeaways.
Om Shanti. So, I like this point where Baba says, you must never tell a weak soul of Brahmin family that you're weak, otherwise, It's like a doctor saying to a patient that you are going to die. So, it's like, and then by hearing that, the patient may die. So we have to first tell them about their specialities and their strength, right? And then make them aware. And then we have to bring attention to their what special attention that they have to pay, what they have to do in order to correct them.
Yes, and then Baba gives further the example for that as to how to sow the seeds.
Yeah.
So in a barren land, the seed will not germinate. So to first prepare, plow the land.
Plow the land. Yeah.
Yeah,
Courage and enthusiasm. Right?
correct. I personally liked this part of the Murli today, and it was a point of intoxication for me where I used that word of rehem, vehem, ahem, how to make oneself free from all doubts about self and others, because arrogance is something which stops us from actually being available for the whole world. The access for all of this is how to be merciful. Beautiful accesses Baba has given today to practice on those lines. Thank you, Bajit Bhai, for sharing this. I'll invite each one of us to share one takeaway from today's Murli. We start with Ami Ben. Ami Ben, are you there?
Om
Banu
Shanti.
Bhai? Yeah, Ami Ben, go ahead.
The one point I take away from here that when you're world benefactor, you should be tireless and constant effort and world seva should be always there for us. That's what I take. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Ami Ben. Banu Bhai, Chandrakala Ben.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om
So Baba
Shanti.
said, especially, world benefactors never adding to Ami Behan point. So world benefactors always they will dedicate themselves physically, mentally, without wasting a single second. Always they are world benefactors. They'll think about the world because even yesterday in Avekta Murli Baba says people are completely they are disturbed. So always we equal to Baba, equal to Brahma Baba. So we need to serve the society. So we are world benefactors. So that is my takeaway point for today. Thank you, Om Shanti.
Yes, sister. All those 4 points that Baba has mentioned to check on being a world benefactor are being very, very strong points. Thanks for sharing, sister. Banu Bhai, Girija Ben, Harpreet Ben, Radhamani Ben, Pramila Ben, Rachna Ben, SA, so many times one, Samsung SM, I guess that's Sandhya Ben, Sridhar Bhai. Let's share one takeaway from today's Murli.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Firstly, wish everyone a very, very happy Holi today. And in this nice Murli, Baba is actually reminding us. I was connecting this to the spirit of Holi today and the world benefactor. That when you only think of constant service, constant action, like every second being so precious to serve the world, the colorful Holi actually bringing all the unity of the different aspects of purity, of love, of peace together. And if we can use this energy with Baba's grace to spread this kind of spirit of change by strengthening the spirits of whomever we are interacting with. And like Baba reminding us that nobody is weak. We have to actually. I also like that sentence where Baba is talking like the doctor, like, you're giving him heart failure if you're telling him you're weak. So it's a very good reminder to be in that enhanced, elevated stage always, and to use that spirit of elevation of Baba, and seeing every soul in that same way automatically gives them that vibration of elevation. And I think this is the feeling I'm getting after reading this and listening to this, Murli. Om Shanti.
Yes, sister. While you were sharing, one more reflection which was coming to me is where Baba is today using to be the word of being free from arrogance. Then how do I be free from arrogance? One thing which was coming to me right now is replace that I of arrogance to I of being an instrument for Baba's service here in the world. So just replacing one word brings so much of difference. And I'm sure while you and Vijay were bringing this point of a doctor dealing with a patient, how much strength a patient will get when the doctor actually gives the information to the patient and not tell him that you are on this stage. Saying the truth is required. At the same point of time, how do we express that truth? By first giving the strength to the person to listen to it before we speak about it. One axis for me is shifting the I of arrogance to I being an instrument. Thank you, Harpreet Ben. Yes,
Om
Giridharan.
Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
When you were speaking about I just remember the wonderful example as in yesterday's Murli Baba gave of the Russian doll. He said, take a list of all the eyes and merge them, all the mine, into the big doll of my Baba. And it was such a lovely picture because I've seen this even face to face when Baba's meeting took place, when a double foreigner brought that Russian doll, and Mohini Ben, Dadi Prakash Mani's Mohini Ben was very nicely showing that Russian doll. So for me, when you just asked about the arrogance of I think merging it just into like the Russian doll, like very easy way. But a little, my opinion is, I was just thinking, okay, holy can be a stepstone for this wonderful quality of mercy. Because holy is first cleansing, burning, cleaning, getting ready, knowing that I belong to one. So I feel that that is the first process. But the quality of merciful when it comes, just to share with you, I can think of only one example. That's Islam. Every time I hear the word, Rahmatullah, or what, like Ar-Rahma, Ar-Rahim, something which they say that the such a special quality of Rahim, of the merciful one, which was given immediately, I don't know, my awareness, even though I may not have read the Quran, but it goes to me. And I remember there, because I had friends also who were Islamists, they said, Allah had divided mercy into 100 parts, 99 parts he kept with him, and one part he sent down to the earth. And so it's such a merciful God, such a merciful thing. And for me, the awareness, I am child of that most merciful one. I think that awareness which came, a little, I feel that it goes to me from the hearings which I hear about Islam. And here where Baba just says, you spoke about two things, Vahem and Rahem. So he says, why do I get Vahem? What are the doubts? Because of seeing weaknesses in others. Oh, wo to kuch karega nahi, wo badlega hi nahi. Well, like, becoming judgmental. So it's such a deep thing for us. If you want to enjoy that beautiful quality of the Lord, which He alone can be the most compassionate, like as I gave you the example, I think the vehem and all will come only when I go down deep to the qualities, the specialities of Lord. As Baba already told us, tell everyone their specialities, tell everyone to whom they belong. And so I will, instead of saying my clan, I will say I belong to the child of the most compassionate, merciful one. I was down in mud, but he took me away. I will have that same compassion for the world. I think I'll take the root by belonging to the one. So maybe that one concept of holy, belonging to one, may work. Om Shanti.
Yes, sister. So while you brought in the concept of holy, I think that's one of the strongest concept out of those three concepts that Baba speaks about, what it means to be holy, belonging to the one, the Father. And once we get ourselves connected to that supreme energy and be in the intoxication of who I am as a child of Almighty, uh, His qualities and virtues will show up in me while I stabilize myself in His company. So thank you for bringing that concept of holy clear on this day when the Lokik world is celebrating Holi, and in the same color we are bringing in the Alokik celebration of Holi. Yes, Bhanubai, Radhamani sister, Pramila sister, Sandhya Ben, Sridhar Bhai, share one takeaway from today's Murli. Looks to be everybody in the intoxication of what Baba is telling us how to become merciful.
Om Shanti. Very good
Om
morning
Shanti
to all the
Tadevan.
divine souls. So it's just a small experience which I had it. I was just trying to put it how to convey it to you people, like put it in a proper form. Like so, last week I just had a very bombarding message from one of my close, very close near and dear friend. That was really, as Baba said, when we speak out to the mercy souls in a wrong way, they become their heart gets filled. But this message, it made my heart failed. It was that rude message which I never expected. We being Baba's children, suddenly we get such messages. We really, I mean, we try to control, but still, in some part of the mind, it's still there. Then we got the message in the group. The other people said, Sandhya, this is not the way she should have spoken to you. Strike the iron while it is hot. Just speak out, speak out, speak out. This way the Maya was attacking me. And my inner conscious was saying, no, you're Baba's child. You just let go, let go, let go. But still, there were so many arrows from all the ways, every continuous messages. Speak out, speak out, speak out. So I just try to keep calm and just say, no, let me see, let go, let go. She needs a lot of patience. And I was just showering my sakash to her. The very next morning, the previous morning, I got that message. The next morning, the same girl, she replied me back, asking me sorry and asking me sorry so many times. This is Baba's miracle, just being patient. This is my takeaway.
Yeah,
Maya will attack you in all the ways. It will make you also tempt to talk, but we have to remain in our original form and remind our virtues. Om Shanti.
Yes, Sandhya Ben, this was reminding me as well because I, as a soul, had been always very impulsive. And it was a journey for me to understand, and I still say that I'm work in progress, to be in silence when things are not in my control. And I catch myself that if I end up speaking at this point in time, the situation will go bad or worse than where it is. So at this point in time, let me be in silence and reflect on things before I utter anything. So being patient, and also know if there is any kind of thoughts about the other person in conversation, which is not empowering. What I'm doing these days is catching at that moment that no, this is not the time, this is not the way I should think about that particular soul. And then
Yes,
bringing Baba's virtues and values. Okay, the soul is going through certain patches in his own journey, or in her own journey. Let me respect that, and let me be calm and silent. And what I always tell myself is, a boiling water will not allow me to see the right picture. Let the bubble settle down and then speak about it. So thank you for reminding that.
yes, this is a major difference I observed within myself from the past 3 to 4 years. I was really surprised with myself, because this thing was so horrible. In spite of it, everybody was stunned to see me staying so calm. So this is our Baba's teachings. These are the things we learn in this university, the wonderful university. Om Shanti.
Rakiben, I just wanted to add one thing. See, in that big paragraph, which you have, I think, just touched half, I love that point where Baba is speaking. See, we are talking about being compassionate to others, being compassionate to outsiders. But what mercy, charity begins at home. Are we merciful to our own clan, to the own people to whom we are at home? So Baba has given two kinds of souls: a non-Brahmin soul who is impure, or a soul who is in the Brahmin family but does not make any effort. See, we have got immediate task over here. We are staying in a house 24/7, and we are surrounded by that family. What mercy we have do? We have doubts on them in whatever they do. We do not accept what they do. And then we have the arrogance: I am a Brahmin, I am a BK, I have got more knowledge than them. So I think that mercy is what we should first work on. Or a Brahmin soul who is not making any effort. So see, we already have an immediate task in our hand. And unless you clean the corridor outside, jump out and go and give mercy to the world out. I think this cleaning, that's why Baba has mentioned two types of soul there. One, a soul, an impure soul who doesn't have knowledge. So naturally is meaning, in my family, if I'm there, there are people, no knowledge. How do I treat them? Or a soul who has got knowledge. So I think that churning or weakening is, we have to seek the heart of that paragraph.
True. While you were sharing this, another reflection on this part of the Murli is, am I being compassionate and merciful with my own self? Do I talk to myself that I can't do this? It is impossible for me to do it. So by even saying that, the soul is putting the strength of weakness and embracing that instead of telling that, oh, everything is possible. Let me hand it over to Baba. I'm an instrument. I'm a trustee here, and surrender in that space. So as you said, uh, charity begins at home. I think it first starts from the conversation that I do with my own self, and what do I bring forward for my family back in the Brahmin world, and then in the whole world. Because by nature, each soul is pure, because Baba also spoke about reminding each soul of their original swarup, their original values and virtues of being a soul, and each soul has those 7 qualities. This is a reflection that I was getting while you were sharing this. So there's one point Radhamani's sister has shared where she says, world benefactors are master creators. They are tireless. They are all rounders and ever ready. Yes, sister, these are the points that Baba speaks about, the signs of being a world benefactor.
Rakhi Ben, in our family here, in this particular club, I do not want to mention, I have heard instances of people whose family, I mean the husbands or even the parents, were not in knowledge, but the yeoman service they are doing to them, taking care of them as a mother to a child. I think even if that soul leaves the body without recognizing it, that kind of service which they are doing is equal to 1,000 times of service going to the world outside and doing. I have heard instances, it really touched my heart to see this is service. This is service.
Absolutely.
It really touched my heart, and to see what mercy they can have to such souls.
True. Okay. One last sharing before we move on to meditation. Would anybody like to share? Bhanubai, Sridharbai, Pramila sister.
I actually wanted to share my weakness.
Go ahead, Harpreet then.
My weakness that internally, with Baba's help, while I may be wanting to always serve, to always help, and I genuinely mean that most of the time at least, but externally, especially in the work areas, I come across as a tough area. So I haven't yet mastered what Baba had been telling us, that your words have to be so kind and so that you can elevate their stage, and your drishti should be so powerful. So I'm like who needs to hold a mirror in front and see my body language, because the intention is extremely pure. The internal is pure, but the external is not. And I think that may create a weakness in the souls that I'm trying to help. So I need to first strengthen my own self in those areas. I just thought I'll share that, because sometimes we do mean well, but we may not be coming across that way to others. So I just thought I'll share that weakness. I'm working on it.
I think even I'm working on this area, and you brought in 2 points here. One is mirror exercise, and the second one, and the same Murli Baba says that first give strength. Now, as the role that you are in Harpreet and each one of us, at times we may have to be stern and straight. But while we being stern and straight, are we giving that vibration and power to the soul to take it? I think that's the journey for me to see for myself. Am I covering that? And can I take that step to transform my words in a way that it is not disheartening, but filling strength? It was very powerful sharing that you did, Harpreet Ben, and it is reflecting on the way I'm operating at work as well. Thank you. So let's move on to meditation. Harpreet, then can we invite you to take the meditation today on the occasion of Holi?
Yeah, sure, if you wish.
Go ahead. It's Baba's wish today.
Om Shanti. Everyone in a beautiful, harmonious stage. Completely relax yourself, your body, your mind. Let Baba be invited into your visualization, into your aura, into the vibration that you're now moving into. And as you completely relax, you see your soul as a point of light in the center of your forehead, moving out of the body and dissipating into different colorful beams of Holi, all the rainbow colors, with Baba showing you your inner colors of light merging into the one, and again dissipating into different colors, and then again merging into one. The white light having all the rainbow colors within it, all the shades that you can think of, indicative of all the beautiful, pure qualities that you have. Baba reminding us that we are all pure souls, divine souls, peaceful souls, blissful souls, powerful souls, loving souls, and every color vibrating in our soul with the strength that Baba so mercifully bestowing on us, strengthening our entire stage, increasing our unition of all the different colors into one vibrant light, the light of the Almighty, the light of Baba. And see that light now spreading across the universe, strengthening and empowering every soul on the entire planet. Experience the vibration increasing powerfully. Baba's light on each one of us. All of us expressing our deepest gratitude to Baba. Him smilingly telling us today, use this Holi to understand all your beautiful, colorful vibrations that sit within you, strengthening each one of them so that your wholesome, pure light becomes even brighter and brighter. And your aura helps each and every soul in the world like a world benefactor. And you can be in constant service by having this high elevation vibration across the universe. So visualize yourself with the light of Baba, the light of all the colors, uniting into one light, strengthening your own self, your family, your loved ones, your colleagues, and after that, the entire universe itself. Stay for 30 seconds at least in this vibration. Experience the power of Baba flowing through you. And in all humility, you're spreading this entire vibration across the universe on this beautiful holy day, being a true world benefactor. And keep this elevation throughout the day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, being in this elevated stage, in the color of the company of Baba, enjoying this festival of Holi. Have a great celebration. See you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.